In this tutorial, we will add an insurance agent display form that will display the database table row values for a specific selected insurance agent. We will use the JDBC template implementation method from our previous tutorial to get a single insurance agent and expand our existing insurance action class to populate the insurance agent input form. For my YouTube students, there will be a link in the description to my Udemy course where you will be able to download the source code for all the examples. These are the high-level steps we will do to get our Get Insurance Agent Service method to display the selected insurance agent value in a JSP input form. First, we will reuse our created project. Then we will update our insurance agent list form with an edit insurance link. And now this link will obviously be a link to our new show agent action. We will create a JSP form to show an insurance agent from our show action method. Then we will add an insurance action method to populate the form. This of course means adding the new show agent action to our Struts XML file. And finally, we will test our new JSP and action in the Tomcat Service with Eclipse. So we will start by copying over our previous CRUD 6 project to CRUD 7. Then we'll search through all the previous references to CRUD 6 and rename them to CRUD 7. Now we will do a Maven update and a Maven clean package and see if it still runs. Looks like everything is in order. So what we'll do now is add an edit link that will forward to the show insurance agent form. In the form, all these elements will be displayed. This is our agent's JSP form. So down in the iteration through the insurance agent list, we'll add another table column. And we'll define the action as show agent. And URL means we'll have to define the URL up here. And now, since we've defined the action, we will have to go and update our XML configuration file with the new details. So let's go to our insurance XML. And here we have to add the show action. We will add it below the list action. And as we can see here, the method is show, so we're going to have to add the show method to the agent action. We also see a new JSP that we need to create. This will contain the input form. So let's start with adding the register.jsp. Once again, I'll just cut it and paste the details. So this is another standard Struts form where we define the tags. Here is some of our logic which tests if the agent is null or the ID is null. It's an add new insurance agent form. Otherwise, it's an update existing insurance agent form. We use the same style sheets as in all the other forms. Here we can see our form action is the save agent and a method of post. So that is another action. And for now, we are just going to have a cancel button. It will take us back to the insurance list action. Oh yes, this is an important one. with forms, we need the agent ID, of course, but we're not going to display it. It's going to be a hidden form field. So since the cancel button will kick off the save agent action, we'll probably want to go back to our insurance XML and add a save action as well. So we'll add the save action, save agent. We use the same agent action, which now means we need to add the show and the save method to the action. So let's go to the action. Now, before we can actually add these two methods, we need to add some new data here. Previously, we only had agent and agents, but since we are now going to list a selected agent, we're going to need the agent ID, and we are also going to need a list of states so that we can populate our list of states in the select box on the input form. So let's add the agent ID and let's add the list of states. And now we're going to use Eclipse to generate getters and setters. And now we will return to our prepare method. And this is the method where we'll make sure that we get a list of states and that we get a populated agent once it is selected. So the first thing we do is populate a list of states with our setStates method, and we call the agent service get all states. Then we check back if we get an agent, and we also check if we don't get an agent. And if we don't get an agent, we call the get agent on the agent service to populate our selected agent. So at this stage, we will either populate a selected agent, or we will simply not have an agent value. So now we are finally ready to add the new show method as well as the new save method to our agent action. So here is our new show method. We use the agent ID that we got back from the hidden field in the form. Then we call the specific agent, and then we forward on success to our register.jsp page. And then once in this page, which right now only have an action method, so if we call that cancel method, all that's going to happen, it's going to forward to success. We go back to the register.jsp. We see that this forward action is back to the insurance list, which is the previous agents.jsp here. So at this stage, we have our new show agent action in our agent list page. We have it defined in our Struts XML. We have the show and the save method defined in agent action. Here we forward to register.jsp, and inside register.jsp on the cancel button, we forward back to the insurance list page, which is agents.jsp. So this means we are now ready to do our Maven update and our Maven clean package and run our changes. So first we'll run a Maven update. Then we'll run a Maven clean package. And now we'll run it on our Tomcat server. Insurance admin. And let's see, here is our new edit link. So let's select Mr. Murray Simpson. And here we have the form populated with Mr. Murray Simpson's details. As we can see, we still haven't added our button label cancel property value in our properties file. We can leave that for next session. And if we click on our cancel button, it takes us back to our list page. And that concludes part 2 of our Get Insurance lesson.